Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Haley. I'm a 27-year-old cashless budgeter, recent graduate, and caregiver who's working on her relationship with finances as well as working towards financial freedom. If that's something you're interested in, please like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video. Okay guys, before we begin, I did receive a couple questions about how I do my cash stuffings the way I do. One is you'll never really see me count any of the money before I put it into my binder. I typically just tell you what I'm putting in my binders, mostly because this is all a physical representation of what I've done electronically, and I try to condense my envelopes as much as possible to help maintain them, not have to replace zippers all the time, make sure the seams aren't tearing apart from having too many bills inside. So most of this money, actually all this money, is used to condense certain envelopes I know I'm going to have to condense and or make change in if I've spent out of them. So yeah, I don't really count what's going in here. Sorry if that confused anyone. And then I received a second question based on, I'm trying to find a way to formulate it so it's a little bit of a shorter answer, but it was related to how I track these things. I do have a spreadsheet, physical, Excel spreadsheet. I track all of these in auto totals and including any change and or interest that usually has change attached to it. But I don't reflect them in these envelopes because again, I don't stuff change. I do track them on budget sheet, but I do not track change. I do not include all of my envelopes in here, which actually leads to another sub question I received earlier about caregiving. I do not get paid to do the work that I do. I know there are probably programs throughout the state and whatnot that would compensate someone, but the hours in which I do most of the caregiving activities is not the equivalent of having a full-time job or full-time job hours. It's not my primary function. I do help with it, but I'm not a certified licensed anything in that regard, and I'm not doing this as a full-time to replace employment or any type of check or compensation I would get from a job. So I figure I could apply for these things, but I don't really feel the need to, and plus I'm just doing this out of the kindness of my heart because that's what I feel like I want to do, rather than looking to get paid for it. So anything you see as far as caregiving is concerned that is stuffed in here comes from my income, not income from elsewhere. If it is from elsewhere, I'll make sure to let you guys know. So now that those questions are out of the way, I can start doing this very quickly. I am on a time crunch, and if you hear any tippy taps, yawning, or whatnot, my little furry freeloader decided to come out of his sleep elsewhere to come up here and lay under my desk. So if you hear him, you can probably tell him hi in the comments, and he is giving me such hard side eye right now because I'm probably disturbing his sleep, even though he decided to move up here and sleep anyway. But you know, pet logic doesn't always make sense. So with all of that being said, I'll get into stuffing. I did have money allocated to pet care and health that I've already fixed this envelope because I mentioned in my budget video, I think I already had money come out for his pet care medications, so these envelopes have already been adjusted for that. So I'm not stuffing them on here this time because I already did that. Oh, just for notation, I added $500 to pet care for buying his food, really, and then added $10 to his health and medical, and he also had $10 rollover because I over budgeted for his medicine. So because I thought they would charge me shipping, but since it's on a recurring basis, they no longer charge me shipping. So I'm okay with that. Absolutely okay with that, for sure. Health and medical. Co-pays aren't getting anything. However, health and hygiene, he'll be getting $5. Just grab that. Wow, dropping things, guys. Sorry. So Health and personal hygiene has $25. And here I have care credit. This is caregiving based envelope. Again, this gets stuff from my own income, so I am going to, and you probably see I have two sections in here. One subsection I have for caregiving needs in particular. So if you need help with any co-pays or to pay in office, then that's what I do. So caregiving needs, care credit is getting $25. It usually gets $25 a month in general. Anyway, so now this has 50, 70, 75. $75 in caregiving. By the way, I already updated all of my budget sheets before this. Because if you saw my last budgeting video, accounting was kind of a disaster. So just leaving it with that. I am putting $10 into holidays, more specifically into birthdays. I use birthdays to cover any household birthdays and or friends' birthdays I know are coming or that I'm aware of. I don't have any more for the rest of this year, so this is saving up towards next year. So I'm adding $10. Wow, Butterfingers. And I have $20, $30 in birthdays. Also, so sorry if my voice still sounds croaky. I am having really bad allergies lately, and the weather changes are not helping. So for that, hold on one second, guys. Sorry, guys, had to go get the phone. So mom envelope is not getting anything this time. Again, I've already saved up for a new save for the rest of this year. Any money going in here will be going towards next year. So that's birthdays. If we want to take a weekend trip or something. I'm casually, at this point, casually saving for that. Health and wellness, I've already fully funded for this year. This will be working out towards next year. If there are any competition or event related costs or expenses, this is mostly what that's for. And then I have bulk buy, which is bulk buying groceries. I've already kind of emptied this envelope for our Sam's Club membership. So I'm saving up that for next year. And I've already took the money out of here. That would be for Thanksgiving and Christmas grocery shopping. So again, this is all building up for next year at this point. And I'm going to add $10 to bulk buy, which will make it 20. I'm just going to go ahead and condense that while I'm here. And so now it's 20 in bulk buy. So now car maintenance. This, again, TMI, anything for taxes, maintenance, and insurance. Payments. Let's see, my deductible. So I am saving up for my car deductible. It's currently $500. I have decided not to increase it at this very moment until I get to the $500. If I have the time to, I'll probably try to save it to $1,000, then up my deductible to lower my monthly cost, or save up to eventually pay my car insurance every 6 months. I have not decided on that yet. If you have any input, please leave in the comments. I'm open to hearing it. But for right now, I'm just trying to get to the $500 base. So currently I have 150, 70, 90, 92, 94, 194. And my car deductible, I am stuffing $6 in here. That'll make it 200. But, and this is something, I mean, it's, well, by the time you guys see this video, it would have already happened. One of my automatic savings withdrawals is $5 that goes into my car deductible. By the time you're seeing this video, it would have already occurred. So my deductible savings, will now be a total of $205. So I'm just going to go ahead and condense all of this into, that's 10, okay. And just going to put this to the side. And so now car deductible has 200, 205. So that's it for car deductible. And tax and tags, we do have to pay for private or personal property taxes, including cars every year in our state. And mine, I kind of overshoot because my car is a newer car. And I account for those fluctuations. So my goal here is to get to at least 250 by the time my repayment comes up next summer-ish. And for right now, or at this moment, I have $120 saved towards that. And I will be adding $10 to this, so I'm going to do that. I've done 20, 30, I have 130. My bill hasn't gone above 250, so I think I'll just keep 250 as my cap. And if I don't need it, or in its entirety, I'll just roll it over to the next year. But previously it was 250, and then the year after that it was around 219, 220, so I did have some rollover. Of course I expect to keep going down, but until it gets solidly below 200, I think I'm just going to keep going with the 250, I think. Potentially. I have any input on that, leave it in the comments too. Again, I'm here to learn, and I'm open to any feedback or anybody's experience with saving for these things. So with that being said, in car maintenance, the only subsection I am stuffing is for tires and brakes. And I'll be adding $16. So, let's see here. The mental math is actually working today. I'm pretty proud of myself. Let's see. So that'd be 20, 30, that'd be 131. So I can put this 5 down, take a 1. So in total, in tires and brakes, I have 120, 31, $131. I would like to get to at least 1,000 to 1,200 in here, but until I get to that point, I am working on my emergency fund deductible to where if my tires and brakes in the meantime were to need work, I'll be able to pull from my other envelopes or pull out maintenance entirely until I get it built up to where I'd like it to be. Okay, and now I have emergency. My general emergency does get my interest from this account. So what I'm stuffing in here is emergency gas, just in case I go anywhere, or need gas in the meantime between checks or whatever, and repairs. I'm just giving it the miscellaneous dollars from what I've budgeted. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought, sorry. All the coffee and sneezing. As I was saying, emergency gets the interest from my car bucket, my high yield savings. So I'll be stuffing emergency gas with $5. I'll just go ahead and condense that to 10. And then repair, getting us stray dollars. Currently it has $7. I had $3 rollover from the 40 I was stuffing. So I am just going to that and condense it to $10. All right, that's one binder. Oop, one binder done. Okay, now for my personal savings, I'm only stuffing 2 challenges in here. It's my job replacement month ahead part of my emergency fund, and extra rollover I had to stuff into my property tax challenge, excuse me. So let's see here. If I cannot, I don't know why I've been struggling with zippers and binders today. I feel like I have butterfingers all of a sudden. Anyway, so I'm adding $60 into my emergency fund. Currently it's at 500, 50, 65, 565, and adding $60 to it will make it $625. So I am going to go ahead and condense this. That'll be 600. This to the side. $625. Recounting 500, 600, and 25. Again, this is another $1,000 placeholder that came in that extra pack I was not expecting, and I just modified it to make it a $100 bill. Yes, I do have regular looking $100 placeholders, but quite honestly, when I have longer term goals that I would want to use those hundreds for, I just replace them with these modified ones. And yes, I just marked out the 0. It's it makes me laugh sometimes still, to be quite honest, but it works what it works for, and that's it. As I explained in previous videos, I do still use the numbers off my monthly challenge scratch off book that I got from Designed by Valerie and Budging by Valerie. I'll make sure to leave her Etsy in the description. Excuse me, it's Budging by Valerie, not Designed by Valerie. Wow. I'll make sure to leave her Etsy in the description. However, I'm catching up on numbers, so I try to check them off every couple cash stuffings. I just caught the challenge up during my last cash stuffing, so I probably won't update it again until December. Because it's not mandatory for me to do so. And then for property tax, you guys know we got that giant, there's a truck, ta-da. Yeah, that giant 185 scratch off with that $75 scratch off. So I do have an IOU of $260. I'm just going to leave this IOU in here until I paid off the entirety of this $260. So right now, any cash I stuff in here is really to work on getting that $260 gone. So currently, I have 100, 200, 10, 11 to 11. I'm adding $60 into here, so it will be 271. Keeping the 200, 50, 71. Bring that to the side to condense. Again, total 100, 250, 71, 271. This is the 60 is the first payment towards getting the 260 gone, so I still have $200. $200 more, excuse me, to go. Hopefully I can get that done either throughout this month and December or by the end of December to have a new scratch in January. But if that's not the case, so be it. I'll just continue saving up in it anyway until the number's gone and then do a new scratch off number. And now that I know how high numbers could possibly go, I am slightly terrified. But it's okay. It'll get done. Regardless, I'd like to thank you guys for sticking with me and watching me stuff my 2 binders. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I hope you guys have a blessed day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye, guys.